Slobs still.
Update now, yes. Alright, buttons depressed. Alright, quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. With two idiots misinterpreting the news so you don't have to. Lunch with Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to a glorious edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the strategy avatar news so you don't do anything other than question your own personal life choices.
Waldo
and ours,
Ptolemy just cheered 300
I forgot
bits.
to update
You
something.
got a mystery game
my
key,
big
Waldo
goal.
Ptolemy.
Yeah.
Waldo starting it off with 300 bits today. Thank you, Waldo.
Ooh, Waldo getting a game key.
That's going to get Waldo a mystery game key. As I get a couple more topics in here for us today, but let's see what we've got for Waldo. Thank you, Waldo. As we go to the mystery grab bag. See what we've got. He's got himself a copy of I Am Fish. I Am Fish.
Fish. How is fish spelled? G-H-O-T-I?
Something like that. And I Am Fish for $20. Congratulations, Waldo, and thank you for your ongoing support. Waldo always getting us some donations on the days he goes to work out before he goes on out to the gym. Thank you much. All right, I Am Fish going out to Waldo. Here we go. And welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Thirsty Thursday, September 14, 2023, right here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. And you too can be like Waldo, get yourself a mystery game key. All you got to do is donate 300 bits to either my stream or Jack's stream.
Oh, yeah.
And
donate all the bits.
That will get you, yes, get you a mystery game key. Of course, get us started on a hype train, and we'll go ahead and give away more giveaways. Give away more giveaways. But,
Give away now.
That's right. Tell him, Lomir. Tell him. And I'm trying to see something here. Did I reset that today, or is that just using the old one? I gotta take a look there to see if that's actually working properly.
Hmm.
I don't know. It looks like it's working properly.
It's doing something.
Yeah, even though,
Well, my giveaway is getting people in it.
yeah, it's working,
Although
even
people
though
do need to
it's
do
old.
exclamation mark bundle me as well.
Yes,
But
because
it
streamer
was
bundles.
working for that. But the real question is whether or not it will allow us to draw people later today.
Well, I have the backup one running as well, just in case. But yes, there was an update to our Streamlabs, so hopefully
Chat
that
box.
will fix the giveaway problem. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yes.
But we've got some interesting, fun news. Did you see that video, by the way? As
Which video?
the one that was posted before I started doing updates in Discord. The worst nightmare of every game developer just came alive.
No.
Yeah, scroll up a little bit. Disunity.
I did not watch that.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either, but
Okay. It's
I'll,
17 minutes long.
yeah, we're not gonna do all that, but we
I
will share this with everybody, just so if you all want to go check it out, because that's gonna be the main topic that we're talking about today. One of the main topics. But shall we start maybe with what started this? Well, I don't know, because I haven't seen anybody quote this yet. But apparently it's ongoing from Chris's Facebook page. So we may want to start with Chris's Facebook page and recap that real quick, because he's got a new topic. And yeah, I'll give you a minute to get there.
Oh. Hold on. He's got a new topic.
Apparently there's multiple videos now. People are freaking out over this.
Video on the clueless change. So the fun part is like posting on Facebook about a Unity change isn't going to do a damn thing. You got to post it on there. Video on the clueless change that Unity made yesterday that I was ranting about. Basically, as predicted, pretty much everyone announcing they are moving away from Unity to Godot. Yeah. So it is does that mean that Chris is taking
Well,
Shroud of the Avatar and moving to Godot?
open the comments and let's start reading.
There's two comments. Also, I think it's pretty
I see
clear.
more. Yeah, okay.
It's time for a change in leadership at Unity. Really long overdue.
Oh, really?
As for them losing $1 billion a year and how to fix that, step one is you fix it through appropriate cost cutting. They've been playing the stock game of we don't care how much we lose because all that matters is the stock price, which is based on revenue growth, for far too long. It is why they've been gobbling up companies that frequently don't make sense for far too long and is weighing them down with massive burn rates. Stop it. Trim the fat a lot. Switch to Unreal's revenue model for games shipped after Q3, but only bill companies for the higher of the per seat cost of the revenue share so you don't piss people off with double dipping. Step one, though, is John's step down. They roll back this idiotic change and apologize for the gross mistake.
Leadership changes.
Huh?
Hot kettle black. I don't know. Just throwing that one out there.
I don't know. I mean, it's like,
Yeah. Let's before we get to the next comment, let's jump over to our comments that I posted from the other day from our friend Vulcan Jedi. This was a comment that open that up real quick.
wait, hold on. I gotta go find what you're talking about.
The picture I clipped that we were just talking about.
The picture. Yes. Vulcan Jedi's extra life fund was at 351 out of 1500 when Chris Spears donated, and Vulcan Jedi says, "Thank you, Mr. Atos. We miss you on stream." Chris with, "I'm not avoiding it, just doing a lot of traveling right now." For 9 fucking months.
Yeah, 9 months. Lots of traveling.
Yeah. Can't check in on the live stream at all. I'm obviously working in places that doesn't have an internet connection, considering Lunch with Laz and Jack, Monday through Friday. One of us has a full-time job that prevents us from
listen,
joining every single stream.
I seem to recall you joining a live stream while driving in your car. I seem to recall you parking in a McDonald's parking lot at one point to use their Wi-Fi because you couldn't get a connection to the internet just to do a fucking show. Yeah, I mean, there's excuses and then there's actually making things happen. But anyway. All right, back to the commentary. Knight Rider sends smoke signals. Yeah, I mean, Jack has done a live stream while he was off. One of the things that really kicked us off back in the day was we were talking about maybe we should deliver some beer to the offices back in the day, and one of the devs happened to be watching and said, "Yes, deliver beer." And Jack literally said, "I'm dropping stream." Got on the phone with me, and we had him on the phone as he's driving, making the beer delivery to the friggin' offices back in the day. And then there was a time where Jack was just a bit, I don't know, in between living situations, was it?
And I bet Jack was getting paid by the company he works for to deliver that beer, right?
That was all from me.
Yeah, that was courtesy of Jack and NBNN. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, was Jack on his? Were you working at the time, Jack?
No.
Yeah, it's a lot of traveling, Tina. Absolutely, 9+ months worth of traveling.
Yeah, I mean, if your bullshit detector is not going off with Chris's comments,
excuses, man. He can't write a statement that takes 2 minutes to say hello to us. Others return after 9 months and at least have a baby to show for the time.
Yeah.
This the guy who got sick from his fish food, So who knows with the excuses? Yes.
A
lot of commentary out there.
We can always go look up Chris last time that Chris was logged into the forums.
That was like ages ago.
I mean, he is the main architect of this shit, right? Now I got to figure out how to get to that.
Yeah, just do search for Chris on the forum. But
Yeah.
I can tell you that last time he was seen was again in January, 9 months ago, on the
Yeah.
forums. Yeah.
January. Yeah. It's like, what? It, uh, it's like bullshit detector going way off for him to say, hey, I haven't been able to make a stream for 9 months.
Yeah. Silence speaks volumes. That's right.
And it's like no updates whatsoever from him other than Ravalox saying that he helped out with one thing. Other than that, Chris is, as the owner of Catnip Games, uh, not present, and yet
All right.
he's bitching about a CEO that is trying to grow his business, and Chris just doesn't like the way that he's doing that.
Yeah. But let's get back to the commentary on this first topic on Facebook from Liz.
Yeah. I must admit, I'm surprised at how many posts say Unity devs get $200K a year and how basically all games make more than $200,000 a year.
That's less
Greater
than.
than 200, less than $200,000 a year, less than 200,000 installs, or for those pro enterprises, 1 million a year and 1 million installs. Counter-Strike seems to be gaining about 45,000 players a month. Best numbers I could find for a free game, but has some pay to win stuff going on. No, it does not have pay to win shit. So let's agree in the last year they made 1 million and have greater than 1 million installs, and it's written in Unity. I have no idea what it's written in, but I needed numbers. So they need to pay per install at an average 45,000 new people a month. That's average 450 a month to Unity. So if 4 people buy their biggest pack thing at 120, they break even. If they had a bunch of devs and pay 200 a month, they can drop that and would now need to pay 9K. I'm not agreeing with Unity's choice. I think percent per purchase is much more tangible and transparent. I'd love to hear from you because I care for Catnip and Soda. One thing it does screamingly say is only pay for Pro instead of Enterprise, because basically it's almost the same rules, but it would depend on the savings of the costs there, which are guaranteed costs after all, and the potential payments work out as if it would be 1 cent for less than 1 million installs. It would be 2 cents, which would make Counter-Strike $900 a month, but with only around $40 difference per month price between Pro and Enterprise. You'd need 23 plus developers to make it viable in their case, etc. That's some Shroud math. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's some big Shroud math.
Yeah.
And then the original post, we got commentary. We covered a lot of the commentary to begin with, so we're going to just jump down to who was it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go to Chris Spears, also under agreed.
Also, speaking of Unity burning to the ground due to bad leadership, also doesn't look good with the CEO selling 50,000 plus stocks and buying none over the past year. Stock is off 5% since this news went live.
At least he's got stock to sell.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know. It's like this is all silly stuff.
Keep on, because we got comments from Tina in there, and you know Adam.
Yeah, I do. It's what Riticello learned at EA. Boosting numbers to sell? Y'all are stupid. Here's a thought. They seem to claim you can use the free Unity even if you make more than 200,000. Confused there, but also those YouTube Twitty people who Unity previously gave free Unity pros to, who are clearly making money off of ads and so on. So now Unity will be charging them too, I hope. Not waiving their payments as well as free Unity. So,
Yes.
it's like,
Liz making money off ads doesn't really, have much to do with that.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, complete thoughts, man. Complete thoughts. I mean, like verbal diarrhea doesn't help anybody. This sounds like a job for a relatively small script posing as a web form to create a large document of single pages digitally signed by individuals that could be printed out, folded, stuffed into envelopes, stamped, addressed, and then sent to Unity headquarters. Petition.org, yes. And it's like, here's their plan. Frankly, if this is a concern for you, you should be looking at Godot 4. It's easily capable of doing anything you, Chris Pierce, has ever worked on. There is no chance of you getting stuck with fees at any point later down the road, no matter how much you make with it. You even get full access to the source in the event you might need it. I strongly suspect it will take a lot of indie market that Unity used to fill.
Yeah.
How is it with
access to
VR?
that source code that Unity won't give up because you're having problems with DLL files. Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, how many times did Chris blame Unity on things but never would update Unity? Interesting question, right?
Yeah. How many times
Where's
does
the
CC?
fancy server?
Yeah. How many times does CC rage quit again? every month.
Yes.
Although I don't think CC actually ever really uninstalls. He just leaves for a month or two and then comes back.
Hey, taking a break is a good thing.
Yeah.
Will they be moving Iron and Magic away from Unity now?
I think it's safe to say that Iron and Magic was just a fleeting thought, and there is no presence of Iron and Magic except for a Facebook page left over these days, I believe.
It's something.
Yeah, Seawolf wanted to know how it was with VR.
Yeah. But yes, this is a hilarious. Chris Beers, I'm very familiar with Godot. It's where most of the simpler 2D games using Unity now will go. Though 4 is a huge step up from 3, it still isn't polished or productive for most 3D game devs. They will be moving to Unreal most likely. Love Godot, but still not quite up to Unity or Unreal. Soon, though, it's moving way faster than Unity. So I guess that means that Chris Googled Godot and said that I'm intimately familiar with it, or is he developing on it?
Good question, because we haven't had an answer from him in over 9 months, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah. Reading into the details, it's absolutely insane, and I can't believe someone there thought it was remotely good idea. At the very basic level, it's a regressive fee taking a higher percentage from lower price games and games with a base free-to-play pricing. Yep, exactly, and those lower priced games are Unity's core audience. Rather was their core audience before many moved to Godot and Unreal. Yeah, I also wonder, how do they even have install number data on games without massively violating privacy laws? Based on previously having to jump through the hoops to rip out their analytics service that we weren't even using, phoning home to prevent our games being delisted by Google Play because it was violating EU privacy laws. They're massively violating privacy laws. Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, as
They're
Jason, do you use the internet much? Yeah. Yeah.
everybody violates
Do,
privacy laws.
do you use a web browser? Like you're using Facebook to post, and you want to talk about violating privacy laws, dude? I don't know. Just saying. I know I've gotten 2 settlements from Facebook already over the years for violating privacy laws. So, how many have you gotten?
Stuff.
Yeah. Two more comments. Let's get them out of the way here before we get to the.
They are also making it harder to have an offline IDE as the license need to be refreshed and will stop after 3 days. What? My first
Unity
comment
phone
warned me about
home.
this.
Unity phone
So what?
home.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what that means? Now we can talk about will Shroud actually go to a new game engine? Will it affect Soda?
Ooh, what happened there? That's ugly.
Oh,
The good old. Let's AFK your ass and screw your whole screen setup. Yeah.
yes. Damn it.
All right. Just a reminder, everybody, the hour is coming up, so make sure you are bundled up. Make sure you're raffled up.
I got 3 people in so far.
Yeah, but the catch is, Tina, that the indie studio wouldn't be on the hook. It would be Unity on the hook because Unity is the one who's got its program phoning home to check licenses. Wouldn't be the indie studio. Come on now. You should know better than that. And they actually state that their own program will be phoning home checking installs as well. I mean, they state that in their laid out document. So I did actually see that. So it's not like they're trying to hide it in the fine print. They just fucking came out and said, "Yeah, well, we'll just track the installs, through our tracker."
Yeah. But Furious Farmer wants to know about the news about Unity. Will it affect Soda? I just read a news article about Unity and how it will be charging devs a per install after certain thresholds are met. I am now wondering how much will it affect Soda, if at all. Should Soda switch game engines? Is that even possible at this point?
All right, let's jump to the article before we jump back into this then.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Why Unity's new install fees are spurring massive backlash among game developers. Devs are asking players to refrain from installing games and demos when the new fee takes effect. What? Game developers aren't happy with a new policy from Unity that will cost developers a small fee every time someone downloads a game built on Unity's game engine. It's called the Unity Runtime Fee, and the new pricing model will apply to developers who reach a certain amount of installs and revenue. We are introducing a Unity Runtime Fee that is based each time a qualifying game is downloaded by an end user. Unity's announcement reads in part, "We chose this because each time a game is downloaded, the Unity runtime is also installed. Also, we believe that an initial install-based fee allows creators to keep the ongoing financial gains from player engagement, unlike a revenue share. The Unity runtime fee is scheduled to take effect on January 1st, 2024, and it's been universally panned by developers on social media since its announcement earlier today. Update. Unity is walking back some aspects of the runtime fee amid escalating anger from developers. According to Axios, the fee will now only apply to the initial installation of game, and that developers are not on the hook for installations through Xbox Game Pass, with fees instead being passed to platform holders like Xbox. But they're not the developer of the game.
Right, but Xbox has to have an agreement in order to license the game for it to be downloaded, as does Steam, as does PlayStation, as does any of the, the consoles need to have licensing so that they can distribute the games, right?
It's so silly. Demos will also not be affected unless they are part of a demo that includes the full game. Games offered in charity bundles will be exempt from fees. Unity executive Mark Whitten claims only 10% of developers will be impacted by the fees. Hey, gamers.
Let's see if we can get that a little bigger.
Today, Unity, the engine we use to make our games, announced they'll soon be taking a fee from developers for every copy of the game installed over a certain threshold, regardless of how that copy was obtained. Guess who is some highly anticipated game coming to Xbox Game Pass in 2024? That's right, it's us! And a lot of other developers. That means Another Crab's Treasure will be free to install for the 25 million Game Pass subscribers. It's a fraction of those users downloaded our game. Unity could take a fee that puts enormous dent in our income and threatens the sustainability of our business. And that's before we even think about sales on other platforms, or pirated installs of our game, or even multiple installs by the same user. This decision puts us and countless other studios in a position where we might not be able to justify using Unity for our future titles. If these changes aren't rolled back, we'll be heavily considering abandoning our wealth of Unity expertise we've accumulated over the years and starting from scratch in a new engine, which is something we'd rather not do. On behalf of the dev community, we're calling on Unity to reverse the latest in a string of short-sighted decisions that seem to prioritize shareholders over their product's actual users. I fucking hate it here. Aggro crab. Yes.
All right, butt of the hour. Let's get this before we move on with the rest of this stuff. Let's see who our winner is going to be with 5 entries. The Maynard. Congratulations, Maynard. You are a wiener.
Oh, you know who's a wiener on my side?
Lomir?
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider, okay.
That is correct. And that giveaway is reopened. But yes. Man, and I want to know why devs can't fucking update their shit the way that they're supposed to.
Because they're devs, man.
God damn it. Continue. Now I can drag that bundle onto the thing. Wiener. Oh, man. Okay. Unity's blog post details what games will qualify for the Unity runtime based on 2 criteria. The game has passed a minimum revenue threshold in the last 12 months, and the game has passed a minimum a lifetime install count. So, Unity further lays out the minimum revenue and install count to qualify with different thresholds for developers using blah, 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 blah. For small indie developers who use Unity Personal or Unity Plus, they have to pay 20 cents per install once their game passes $200,000 in revenue over the last 12 months and 200,000 life-to-date installs. This new policy has caused a lot of backlash among developers who are raising concerns about free-to-play games, charity bundles, and more. One big concern is surrounding freemium games that cost nothing to download and rely on in-game purchases for revenue. For instance, if a free-to-play game has made $200,000 in the last 12 months but has millions of people installing it, the developer could end up owing Unity more than the profit earned from its in-game purchases. Yes. But, oh man, Shroud Math. Shroud Math.
Oh yeah, well, this Shroud Math is great. Make a game. Game is freemium. Game makes 200K from in-app purchases after being installed 3 million times. We now owe Unity 20 cents per 2.8 million installs, which is 560K. That's 360K more than we made. That's some fucking Shroud Math right there. I tell you, Unity, you're really
Well, I mean, for one, that's the developer saying, "Hey, we only made $200,000 off of our freemium game with in-app purchases," which realistically is probably bullshit.
No, because you got to take the games like you see, like Candy Crush. There's a good example. Out of the millions and millions of people who install Candy Crush, how many are actually paying for the extra
stuff? How did Zynga become a multi-billion-dollar company?
Advertising and in-game purchases.
A lot of people were making those purchases.
But how many people didn't comparatively? How many people installed? I would say maybe at the high end 20%. Where they probably only needed 5% to actually make purchases to make a living. They were making a pretty hefty. Plus when you're pumping out 300 games a month, for free, and you're getting a small percentage of each of those, Well, see, therein lies the rub, and that's a very good question, Red Dragon. How does Unity know if a game makes 200K in 12 months? Very good question indeed. How do they know?
You're supposed to fill out a form, I believe.
Yeah. How do they know? Do they have you file your taxes and send them in to let you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the entire thing is up in the air right now, I would say, because
let's continue on to the big stuff here, because this is where it starts getting interesting.
Others are worried that this could lead some smaller developers who built their games on Unity pull titles from digital storefronts to prevent more people racking up downloads. I bet Steam, Epic, Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft will love having waves of developers pulling their games, writes Forrest from Among Us developer Inner Sloth Games. Inner Sloth has always paid Unity appropriately for licenses and services we use. I'm not a discourse guy, but this is undue and will force my hand. What? Other developers are actually asking people online to not install their games built in Unity, with Paper Trail developer Henry Huff writing, "If you buy our Unity game, please don't install it. Demos also count. Don't install this demo. You're literally bankrupting me." How?
See, that doesn't make sense. If you buy our game, please don't install it. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
How? I mean, the fee of 20 cents. How many games have we given away that only cost 20 cents, Laz?
None.
None.
The lowest one usually are like $1.99, so.
Yeah. So this new pricing model has some developers consider rebuilding their game in an entirely different engine, calling on Unity to refund lifetime licenses costs for everybody. So the funny thing about that is, realistically, an engine like Unity or even Unreal, Lumberjack, or any of them speeds up the development because the developers don't have to write all the code from scratch. That's what the engine is there for. Okay. This fucking... But yeah, porting isn't still an undertaking. Absolutely it is. Changing game engines is a lot of work. It doesn't apply to some demos and won't start until 2024. A lot of this is the sky is falling bullshit. Some have pointed out that toxic, angry gamers could organize mass install campaigns against developers they don't like. They could get as many people as possible to download a Unity game from a small developer to financially harm them. Please install Shroud of the Avatar and play it. Unity responds to charity bundle and malicious installation fears. In a statement to IGN, Unity spokesperson said they're already working on preventing malicious install harassment campaigns. We do already have fraud detection practices in our ads technology, which is solving a similar problem. So we will leverage that know-how as a starting point, the Unity spokesperson said. We recognize that users will have concerns about this and will make available a process for them to submit their concerns to our fraud compliance team. Such bullshit. Unity also clarified that the fee will not apply to charity games or charity bundles. Unity defended the pricing model, saying it's designed to only charge developers who have already found financial success.
Tax the rich! Tax the rich!
Yes. Tax the rich. And that's probably because they determined that there are a couple of companies that made a lot of money and their fees were absolute junk. We only succeed when you succeed. Our 5% royalty model only kicks in after you make your first 1 million in gross revenue, meaning that if you make 1 million at $1, you owe us 5 cents, and that is per title. Also, revenue generated from the Epic Game Stores will be excluded from that 5% royalty.
That's from Unreal.
Unreal.
Yeah. So 5 cents for $1,001,000 compared to 2 cents per install over $200,000. Yeah. I can understand why people are screaming bloody murder versus Unreal's royalty model. Unreal, really, that's pretty cheap. 5 cents on a million. I mean, come on.
Yeah. That the funny part is like that your first 1 million in gross revenue.
That's in Unreal.
Yeah, that's it's Unreal. There, I mean, if someone dug into that, they'd be like, yeah, you're paying Unreal potentially more, but yeah.
Again, Conjurer and Tina, yeah, could be up to 20 if you're using a different license, but most of these guys are using the higher tier license, and they're making money.
Yes.
But yes, it could be up to 20 cents per install. You're absolutely correct. But moving right along.
Moving right along. The program was designed specifically this way to ensure developers could find success before the install fee takes effect. The developers who will be impacted are generally those who have had successful games and are generating revenue way above the thresholds. This means that developers who are still building their business and growing the audience of their game will not pay a fee. Unity also said it will track installs with its own proprietary data.
Right there. Yeah. So Unity holds no qualms about letting everybody know that they will be tracking it themselves. Like I said, yeah.
Yes.
Does Unreal actually own Fortnite? I did not know that. That's an interesting one.
Unity also said that, speaking to Axios, Unity also confirmed that if a player deletes a game and reinstalls it, that counts as 2 installs and 2 separate fees. Folks who work on Epic Games' Unreal Engine, which is Unity's biggest competitor, are capitalizing on Unity's bad day by pointing out that the Unreal's 5% royalty model kicks in only after a game grosses $1 million. Unity has been under pressure lately, laying off hundreds of employees in the first half of 2023. Richard Telio also came under fire in 2022 for referring to developers who don't focus on microtransactions as the biggest fucking idiots before apologizing. Featured in everything from...
Yeah, he's right, but that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Chris.
Yeah.
Developers who don't focus on microtransactions are the biggest idiots. Just pointing that out. Yeah. But he apologized because, he was right. Yeah. That's today's society. I know I'm right, but I have to apologize. Yeah.
Hey, however, trust in the platform has been declining over the years, leading many developers to look for alternatives. Now I can say unequivocally, if you start a new project, do not use Unity, wrote developer Brandon Sheffield. If you started a project 4 months ago, it's worth switching to something else. Unity is quite simply not a company to be trusted. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Silly shit. But going back to the Shroud thing, Berrigan's like, that's why I support open source tools like Godot. Last Trinsic Defender, not sure if this will work out till 1/1/2024, and if they can try to hold their announcements. This opens so big gates for trolls that is unlike to hold for well. Godot still needs time in the oven, but it's getting there. There was an addendum.
Yeah, we've read most of that, but go ahead and knock out Rinaldi.
Oh, we read it all.
No, you haven't even scratched the surface.
There was an addendum made to the article on 9/12/2023 at 6:29. The addendum provides some additional info. Without knowing the final details of Unity install fees, it will be difficult to determine how the policy may impact the developers of Unity-based games. Here are some thoughts based on the information that I found so far, and assuming the information accurately reflects what will be in the final policy. The addendum states the fee will now only apply to the initial install of the game. So it would not be cost extra to download a patch to a computer that already has the game installed.
Nobody ever said anything about patches, Rinaldi.
Will there be a download charge for users that downloaded the game before the policy's effective date? Or will the fee only apply to games downloaded after the policy's effective date? I'm not sure. I did not see an answer to this question. The article
Retroactive.
state Unity also said it will track installs with its own proprietary data. Speaking to Axios, Unity also confirmed that if a player deletes a game and reinstalls it, that counts as 2 installs and 2 separate fees.
Yeah,
So it seems it will cost extra to reinstall the game on the same computer. Complete reinstall to resolve corrupted files. No, that would be uninstall, remove things, then reinstall would be 2 separate installs.
Yes.
But yeah, and to move the copy of the game to a new computer. Well, if you move a copy to the game, that file tracking will still be there. So yeah. Why not just issue a single computer Unity license? Because it's based off the game, and would not cost extra to reinstall or switch to a different computer. I don't know. Maybe user licenses would be too much work for the developer to keep track of. I don't know. Why not just the article states some of the download and sales criteria for the game that the game must meet for the fees to go into effect, but I have no idea if Soda meets those criteria. Also, the addendum states Unity executive Mark Whittian claims only 10% of developers will be impacted by the fees. So there's certainly possible that the policy will have no impact on Soda. It seems that the policy could make free-to-play Unity games into games that are free to download, then free to play. Fee to download, then free to play. I guess we'll wait and see how the policy ends up impacting Unity and Soda. Another interesting tidbit is, as for the Game Pass and other subscription, Ridian said that developers like Agricab would not be on the hook as the fees are charged to distributors, which in the Game Pass example would be Microsoft. I think this also means that fees will be charged to Steam, Google, Apple, since they are distribution platforms. This is also confusing a mess. Conjure Dragon, I doubt this would apply to Soda as they give numbers. True.
God math. God math.
We're nowhere near a million lifetime installs. And if we ever hit 1 million lifetime installs, I'll be surprised. 200,000 US dollars is only 3 people's compensation, assuming what? If Soda isn't making $200,000, that's a bad sign for the release of future chapters. The lifetime install count is only 200,000 installs, and that excludes reinstalls. So if you rage quit and uninstall, then decide to reinstall later, that's 2 installs. Oh well. It's pretty solid right now. That the only thing it's missing is streaming. Well, now they're working on FSR 2.2, Godot 4.2 currently in release, should bring the last precursor to that. Now the 4X line is going. They are making impressive strides with non-breaking releases. Burzmalley. As Soda has demonstrated, the strength of an engine like Unity or Unreal is the store. Godot has one, but it's pretty paltry compared to the big names in the field. In addition, the tools that it does offer through its store are often of such quality that you'd be better off coding your own. I was trying out an idea that involved panning and zooming across some 1,000 sprites on a flat plane. Godot, using the pan and zoom camera plugin from their store, crumbled under the load. I can't imagine it'd fare better with something like Soda. Sai 1234 or 1324. Fact is, Soda should move to the Unreal Engine 5.3. Should have happened years ago. And they would probably do that if you handed them a few $1 million to get that little task done. Aren't they still working on migrating to somewhat more current version of Unity? That is orders of magnitude less work.
I don't know at this point. It might be less work to switch engines.
It might be less work to rewrite everything.
Yeah. mean, I understand that an engine's an engine and has some proprietary stuff, but aren't the scripts all written in the same freaking language?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, the real question is, how many shaders does Shroud of the Avatar need?
3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and there are like threads like a deck ago that told them to not use Unity. This was a bad decision in the first place, but now we have to live with it. Thanks, Chris Spears. And they're still stuck being beholden to a company that has demonstrated a willingness to throw users of their engine under the bus whenever it suits them, out of the frying pan and into the fire, not to mention the cost of actually doing the port. If you want to put up the funds for that, feel free. Yeah.
It depends
Yeah.
on which engines you're switching between. I don't know. At this point, that would be a crapshoot, wouldn't it, Tina? I mean, Godot being, not so fully fleshed out, and Unreal being a hands down winner when it really comes to,
Yeah.
I don't know. But, again, the choice for Unity was it's going to be so easy to just drop stuff from the store in and we can just continue to develop. But then we decided to mess with things and dick with things so that anything we use from the store now has to be hand touched up because it doesn't fit with the things that we dicked with in the first place. So that we have to mess with everything instead of just using drag and drop because we had to mess with things from the original point of view. And again, we've seen that several times. We can't just do it because our scales don't match. Well, why didn't you just stick with the scales that matched? Because that was the point of putting Unity in the whole, first place was we can just take the assets and drop them in, and they worked. Not we're going to change this, and then we can't use that, and we can't use this. Dark Blue Monkey says. This is a really bad move for game preservation. Developers are going to ensure that games can't be reinstalled after they become unprofitable. That means there'll be there will be always online elements and inbuilt kill switches to prevent a game from running after the developer decides they don't want anyone incurring any more charges. Yeah.
Time to shut down the servers.
And I always thought that Unity used C# as well, Tina, doesn't it? Or are they using C+? I mean, not much of a difference. I mean, slight difference in syntax, but yeah. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Unity and Godot both use C#. Unreal is C++. Okay, yeah, gotcha. I didn't realize that. I thought they were all C# these days. I mean, heck, back in the day, shit, the emulators that we were using to run Ultima were running C+ and C#. I mean, you could use either, just depending on the emulator. But I just assumed those, But
Shroud math.
yeah. But
That's
you
all I
know
gotta
what
say.
isn't Shroud math?
The giveaway that we're about to pull in like 30 seconds. That's not Shroud math, is it?
No, because it's better math than Shroud math because it actually works.
Well,
Randomly.
I've got 3 people in it, so and then lots more people in the Steam key giveaway. So
I have
we shall
nobody in
see.
this. You know what? Holy crap! I didn't realize that.
Did you not open it?
I guess everybody's got to type in exclamation I love free shit in this one. I do
You
have
didn't
them.
have your giveaway open?
Well, I do have them in the other one. Let me see how many people are in this. No, I don't.
Okay.
But
Well,
everybody's got to type that in real quick.
But Lomir can walk on over and trade me for his streamer bundle. And then
I don't know why it didn't work on the other one because, yeah, here we go. We got a whole bunch of people in there. Maybe it just didn't populate because, I mean, I got like a dozen plus people in there.
Thank
I know.
you.
Yes.
But, yeah,
and
streamer bundles.
pick a winner. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, Mir.
So the pick a winner thing is still broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Roll 11.
Thank you.
Okay, number 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Knight Rider is going to be victorious. Missing
going to
scope
be?
moderator read follows. What the fuck?
Let us know when he is victorious.
But Knight Rider getting a copy of Derange.
All right, I'm going to try it on this
Because
one.
you are unranging things. There you go. Here, let me see. I'm going to disconnect, generate a new token.
Yeah, that one's not working, but I can do it this way.
Authorize.
Those
Connect.
entries.
Yes. Disconnect, generate token.
Pick a wiener.
Authorize. Connect.
And Dark Blue Monkey. Congratulations, Dark Blue Monkey. You are the winner.
Here.
And let's see what Dark Blue Monkey is going to get himself a copy of. Picking a mystery game key out, and Survivalist is what Dark Blue Monkey is going to get himself a copy of. And Survivalist on Steam. I don't want the deluxe edition. Survivalist on Steam. Well, there's The Survivalists and Survivalist. I think he's got the lesser one, which is worth $5.
Well, Derange is $5 as well.
I have to just verify.
Lured to a rural property in Massachusetts, college students Jessica King and Nathan Romero are thrust into a terrifying battle for survival against an otherworldly evil. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Inspired by classics of the 90s. Good luck.
But we gotta go ahead and get out of here. The Range and the Survivalists. We'll be back with more tomorrow, right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
Don't forget Lomir.
I'm Lomir.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow.